All right, we're going to start.
Okay. Oh, let's get ready to roll.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, folks, World Cyber Games 2006, Quake 4 added as sort of an exhibition game here for this World Cyber Games. A lot of people very, very happy to hear that. And we've got an interesting matchup here, Toxic versus av3k. We actually saw these guys compete less than 1 week ago at the Digital Life tournament in New York City, where Toxic did win not only in the winners bracket finals, but also in the grand finals versus this 15-year-old Polish player, av3k. Now, Toxic, also known as the Toxinator in the inner gaming circles now, has been almost unbeatable. Well, he has been unbeatable. He's won about the last 5 tournaments that he's attended, and he's looking for a win in number 6 here. So far, it's looking like he's absolutely going to be ready to do that, and we have now officially started this game. Counting things down, I am DJ Wheat, and joining me is Red Eye, and we've got the countdown 3, 2, 1, and here we go. The map is Monsoon, and let's start things off following av3k. 14 minutes and 53 seconds now on the clock. He did grab the Mega Health right off the spawn, rocket launcher in hand, checking right above the teleporter. Will grab the rail once it's safe, picks up the yellow armor as well, and now making his way around, just looking for Toxic. And on Monsoon, oftentimes that first frag can be such a crucial one. Looks into the red armor room, doesn't see Toxic there after sending in a rocket. Oh, Toxic standing over by the staircase, and he does take a little bit of damage there from both players. av3k using that railgun, long range into the far room, and so far the initial battle, Toxic may come out on top. 47 points of health for av3k, and it is the LG from Toxic for frag number 1.
There it is then, 1-0, 45 seconds played, and it's Toxic, the Toxinator, that takes the lead. And this is quite an important game for him, because although he's won that first opening game, he needs to win this one to guarantee going through the group. So the way that group stage is working out is Toxic claims his second frag with a minute gone. And he needs to win this one to claim his place in the next round for sure. And not only that, he'll also then help his friend Fox through as well, who's won the other 2 games. So this is a big game for av3k as well, because he has to win this one.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. He has to win this one. There can't be any more mistakes from him. And at 2-0 down, he's not started the way he wanted to.
No, not really. And one of the interesting things about this Quake 4 competition is after the one-on-one competition, they will actually go to a 2 versus 2 competition that will be seeded based off of, or will be paired rather, based off of how these players end up in the one-on-one competition. av3k did get his first frag. Nice follow-up lightning kill on Toxic. It is now 2-1 here. Quake 4 is the game. av3k jumping through the teleporter, grabbing the Mega Health, but it's not going to help as Toxic's LG just rips through the Polish player av3k, and it is now 3-1 in favor of Toxic. Let's switch over to him. He's got a railgun in hand, looking pretty good after that last battle. He's got plenty of health, plenty of armor here, and now making his way into the red room, sees that the red is up, goes for the LG shot on av3k. Does take a little bit of damage off, but av3k still manages to get out of there with the LG. Drops some rocket down, trying to spam off there. av3k coming up, nice ramp job. He gets the LG kill, nicely done by av3k. He's really playing a serious game here. Toxic off the spawn, trying to stop av3k getting that Mega Health, and it may actually work against Toxic, as he's got 47 health and 50 armor. 3-2, only 1 frag behind av3k.
There's a great little run as well by av3k. He was under the cosh a little bit because Toxic had the advantage. He had the control as well, and I thought for a second there he was going to steal away that Mega, and av3k actually got onto that Mega, and Toxic wasn't able to take it down. He will claim that red armor now, and that'll give him a little bit of help now. 100 armor, 74 and a half. Nice rocket jump back up high as he'll make his way across the other side of the map, and he'll try and out-wrestle that control away on that Mega House ledge, because that's what he's got to do on this map. It's all about the Mega on Monsoon. If you don't control it, you're going to lose. That's a mistake there from Toxic. He bounced through. He didn't make his way across. That is actually a tricky jump, you know, but these guys, they make that jump pretty much every time. It's right out of 100, they're going to miss that one. And there's 1 from 100, and that's a mistake from Toxic. You see, not very often we see that many mistakes from him, you have to say, but he's still leading 3-2 right now. He's on a little bit of a defensive, but he does have that control back from the Polish star right now. Has the Mega and has the red armor, and that's the crucial thing on Monsoon. He has the control. Yeah, and we see Toxic make a mistake, but I think av3k has also made a mistake too. He definitely gave up that red armor to Toxic right around the 12-minute mark, and we've actually got 11 minutes and 27 seconds left. Wasn't as major of a mistake, neither was Toxic's jump, but as you said, Red, keeping that
that Mega Health in your favor is always a big thing. Two players colliding here. Rockets coming out. The railgun from av3k. Both players miss, and this is a surprising game to me, Red. This is such a low score for these two guys. Toxic going for the LG shot. He did take quite a little hit there, and it's the rail from av3k to make it 3-3, tying this one up. And I have to say, I'm really shocked, Red. You said that av3k needed this one to stay alive, and he's playing like he knows that is exactly the case. Tie game, 10 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Fight over the Mega. Toxic coming in hard with the Hyper Blaster. Gonna grab a railgun, gets railed as he goes through. 5 points of health. av3k takes the lead 4-3 with an LG kill. 10 minutes, 38 seconds on the clock. And Red, this is surprising for av3k.
It is a surprise. Toxic's going to get that frag back. They're going to tie it back up at a 4-4 with the LG and the rail combo. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It is a surprise. What surprises me more is the way that av3k's actually playing very, very cleverly, but not clever there. He's pinned in the corner by that LG, and that's a post-it note kill from Toxic. He's leading by 5-4 again. And just as he gets us excited about making a mistake, and av3k having a bit of a run on him, you know, he's just quietly, calmly coming back again, and it's not a problem to him. It's slow game, that's fine, that suits his style. av3k, on the other hand, will want to try and push this one a little more and try and make it a bit more aggressive. I haven't seen him this kind of cagey at the start of the game. We saw it at Digital Life.
I agree.
But it's a very, very surprising opening game. We've had 5 minutes gone, scores 5-4 here on Monsoon, and I think, yeah, av3k's just picking his fights, and that's good.
One of the games in Digital Life where Toxic and av3k played on this map, Toxic actually scored nearly 23 frags to his opponent's maybe 5 or 6. So this is definitely a much different game than what we saw. Now keep in mind that both of these players were in the United States, so they did have to fly back over, suffering maybe a little bit of jet lag, but both playing, I would say, up to par. A decent game here. av3k really showing us his stuff, but Toxic right now will take a rail. He's at 161. 100. He was at about 200, 150, and now making his way into the red armor room, sitting on the middle portion of those stairs. Gonna look over, zoom rail. That one did not hit, but 9 minutes on the clock. Toxic will pick up that red armor once again. Looking around the Mega Health area, see if it's safe to go through that teleporter. Not gonna go through yet. Sees av3k, gonna go around, goes for the chase. One thing that av3k has been doing wrong this match, and this is just a general error all around, is that he definitely likes to use that railgun. But Toxic will certainly use that lightning gun versus his rail. It usually ends up and results in favor of Toxic. Toxic grabs the Mega Health, 8 minutes, 38 seconds on the clock. 5-4, still a 1-frag game. Haven't seen too many frags here in about a minute and a half now, Red. And once again, like you said, slow and steady as it goes. But Toxic only up by 1. I think everyone spectating this match, whether it be here or at home, is probably very surprised with the, I guess, lack of domination from Toxic so far.
The lack of domination is one thing, but the other thing that I note from this game is so far av3k hasn't been able to lock down that control on the Mega Health, and all the time he's not getting that Mega and he's giving it back to Toxic. He's just hiding. He doesn't want to go and play in there. He doesn't want to get up close and personal with him because he knows that the Swede has the control, and therefore he has all the armor and all of the health as well. So he doesn't want to go anywhere near him when he's got that kind of stack, and that's why he's playing smart. That's why we've not really seen any kills. They've hardly battled even. Well, we're going to get a battle here over the red armor. They're going to go at this one. LG to LG. Toxic being stripped away, but av3k's also being stripped away. Who's going to win this one? They're both going to back away with pride intact, but Toxic just unleashes another rocket down over another bit of damage, and I'm stunned that av3k was not going to go down there. I thought any second now one of these players is finally going to touch the ground and we are going to get a clear lead, but not the case. Somehow they both survive, and yet again there's the Mega House saving Toxic once more, gives him a stack of 190-50, and that's fine. You know, he can take a couple of rails to the face, still come in and still play close and personal. That's what he's going to do now with the LG over that red armor. He knows that red's up, lands a stunning rail down on the red as well. av3k just about stole that red away, so at least he stopped that one coming back out. And Toxic now trapped inside the rail cupboard, but Toxic again with another pinpoint accurate rail will grab himself a 3-frag lead, and that's exactly what he needed halfway through this game. 7 minutes remaining. He has a 3-frag lead now, and that might just be crucial in what is a very, very close game.
Absolutely. SK Toxic now with 6 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock, has control of the Mega, has a 3-point lead, was only up by 1 for about 4 minutes there, finally managing to bring it back to his camp. Some very, very nice rails coming out there, and really he needed those at that exact time, considering the health and armor that he was at. And we do have a fight back and forth. Toxic will win that one over the yellow armor. It wasn't much of a battle, as Toxic definitely had control. He sees Avik from behind, gets the rocket shot, but Avik doing enough damage with that Hyper Blaster. He will force Toxic now out of that room. Sitting on top of the Mega Health once again. Crucial hit with the rocket right there, sending his opponent Avik over to the side. Toxic following up the rail. That was beauty at its best there. Quake 4 frag, and we'll follow up with another one. 10-4, and suddenly Toxic just exploding here on Monsoon now. There's 6 minutes left to go, getting about 4 frags in probably about a minute and a half. Really what he needed.
Almost less than a minute, actually. I think, 7 minutes remaining. I think we said 1 frag, and then it's 6 minutes remaining. Suddenly he's got 4 frags in the back. Nice. And there's a rail coming back from Avik on the Rockets. And switching over to Avik now. He's going to try and convert this one as well, but he's not going to be able to because he allowed Toxic to get inside that rail cupboard yet again. And not only that, Toxic's also stolen away the Mega Health once more. And Avik's had no luck whatsoever trying to secure that Mega Health in the whole of the game. I think I've seen him take it once in the entire match, and that's been so crucial. The fact that he's only 6 down as another pinpoint rail lands from Toxic, and he's going to start enjoying himself, opening up that LG once more again on the conversion frag. 13-5 in the space of a couple of minutes. And you have to say, despite the fact that Avik played this one smart to start with, it's not too smart right now.
Well, he has the right idea, and once again it shows that the Toxinator, or SK Toxic, is certainly a beatable cyborg. He may be precision all the time, he may have his game face on 100% of the time, but he is beatable, and I think that Avik in his opening movement shows it right there as Toxic finds him once again, grabs the Mega Health as a reward, and will find Avik off the spawn. It's only a matter of time before you really get that run on your opponent, and that's exactly what Toxic is doing here right now. Now, one of the differences that we saw in some of the previous games versus Toxic and Avik that took place just a week ago at Digital Life is that Avik was utilizing his rail much more effectively. I'm not seeing him hit as many rails as he was hitting in New York, and Toxic is certainly, well, maybe not in the first 4 or 5 minutes, but now Toxic is certainly hitting those rails. You got some stats for us, Red?
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking through the stats now, it's always interesting to see how they're going to land those rails. They are actually tied on rail shots, 33.3% exactly, but as you said, it doesn't seem that way. I think mainly because Toxic has abused the rail more than his Polish counterpart, and that's why, although they've got the same stats, he's actually landed more shots. 33% on the LG, that's pretty decent from Toxic. It's about 30% from Avik is no slouch, and actually Avik's having the better battle with the Rockets right now, and he's used them very effectively throughout the game, but not as effectively as Toxic has with the rail, and that's been the difference between the two. There's another LG kill, goes up. Toxic was hurt in that little battle, might go down off the spawn. It does indeed go down on the spawn because the rocket spawn for Avik was right next to him, and that's allowed him to grab a frag. But it's I don't know, 11 frags, 3.5 minutes. It's possible, but at the moment Avik's got to control this Mega Health. There's another mistake. Falls down just off the ledge, having bounced through the teleporter. Had to make it to the Mega Health. Fortunately for him, Toxic's nowhere near that because he'll have just thought, you know, I know Avix had that Mega Health. I'm not going anywhere near that part of the map right now. Another beautiful rail landed by Toxic through the gap down towards the shards. And Avik now having to play a bit of a defense game. And instead he's going for it. And you've got to give him credit for being aggressive. But wrong time to be aggressive when Toxic's got that kind of rail. Yeah. And there it is. Yeah, Avik's frustration is he probably smashes the keyboard and hits just an S. And, you know, he probably wanted to say a heck of a lot more than that right there. But 18-6 right now. And Toxic is fully in charge of this one heading into the last 3 minutes.
That was definitely abbreviated by Avik there. 2 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock. The Mega is up. Avik tries to stop Toxic from going through, but it won't matter. Toxic stays on that lower level and says, this is fine. I will fire my shaft at you all day long. Now setting up the rail shot into the red armor room. Sees if he can hit it on the stairs. Will actually back off momentarily. Picks up some shards in the back hallway, and now will make his way around to the main room. Sees that the rail that his opponent dropped is actually still there, but will not actually go. No, he will pick it up as he goes around the corner there, and now the hits are going on. Toxic ducking around the side. Great use of the level right there. Ducking around his opponent's lightning gun spray. Very nicely done. 20-6 now, and I had mentioned earlier, Red, that one of the matches ended up 23-5 or 6, absolutely. And I was a little surprised at how slow the game is going. With a minute and 56 seconds left in the clock, it could be exactly 23-6, which would be a replica of what we saw in New York, and proving that Toxic is still one of the most feared and the most deadly competitor in Quake 4 score at this very moment.
Absolutely right. 6 tournaments in a row coming into this tournament he's won, and 5 of those being major tournaments for major money as well. The guy has earned over $70,000 this year in prize money alone. Never mind his salary and all the rest of it. $70,000 just in prize money as he racks up yet another frag. 22-6 in this one. A minute and a half to go, and as you said, we predicted this one at the start of the game, but it's still too close to call because we do have a best of 3. So you never know where we're going to go next. It can all change in an instant on a map. The other thing to mention, of course, if he wins this 7th tournament in a row, which is a bit premature perhaps to start talking about it now, but nevertheless, 7 in a row, it's never been done.
Yeah, the magical 7, it really hasn't been done, not by 0-4 in Quake 3, not by Fatality in a series of games, but by the one and only Toxic, the Swede, who has just been dominating opponents across the world. There's a great double rocket on the wall, and already av3k will say good game, and the last 46 minutes will remain as garbage time, meaning that they will play it out, but we pretty much already know who the winner is. 24-6 is the score, and once Toxic got that run going, that was pretty much all she wrote for that one. Toxic going to find one more here on his opponent, possibly. Actually down to 25 health. We'll pick up a 25 down below. Lands the rail as he falls down, and with 23 seconds left to go, it's just kill or be killed here for Toxic. 25-6 is the score, and we will wind down these final seconds. And any predictions on what we'll see next? Frantic?
Yeah, I think Frantic will probably come up next. I think it's probably, we saw a lot of map picks from av3k at Digital Life like that. We've seen him do it before as well at previous tournaments, so I wouldn't be surprised if we head off to Frantic. Having said that, Galactic could still be picked. We'll see. I mean, 25-6. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that flatters Toxic a little bit too much. It wasn't actually that wide of a game. It was just the last 7 minutes, really. I mean, av3k was playing it smart and cagey in the first 8, and it could have gone either way.
Absolutely. So we're now switching over to map number 2. That is Frantic, and we will begin in just a moment.